Hi guys, welcome to today's Yoga for Strength workout. We're going to be working in some fairly intense poses, so make sure you come back into downward dog or extended child for a bit of a break anytime you need to. So starting at the top of your mat, rolling your shoulders back and down so your palms face forward, big toes together and heels slightly apart. And just focusing on your breathing for a moment, connecting to your body and filtering out the outside world. And on an inhale, sweeping your arms overhead, exhaling, hinging at the hips, reaching for the floor. Allow your head to hang heavy, a little bend in your knees, just starting to stretch out the hamstrings a little. Looking forward, inhale, flattening your back, and on your exhale, stepping your right then your left foot back to plank, lowering all the way down to chaturanga. Feet flat and inhaling up to a little cobra. Make it as small as you need to for this first one. Tucking your toes under, pushing up and back to downward dog. Sitting bones lifting up towards the ceiling. Chest pressing back towards your thighs. And you can work your legs here a little bit, just easing into our first downward dog of the day. Looking forward now, step your right foot forward, then your left. Exhale into your forward bend. Inhale, flatten your back, swan dive all the way up. Give yourself a little back bend. And exhale your hands back to prayer. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, scoop, lifting your chest. Exhale, left foot then right foot back. Plank, down to chaturanga. Inhaling to upward dog or cobra, and exhaling, tucking your toes under, pushing up and back to downward dog. Breathing here, sitting bones pushing up and back, making sure you've got space around your ears. Looking forward, stepping your left foot forward, followed by the right. Exhaling into a forward bend, inhaling all the way up, a little back bend. And returning to prayer. Inhaling up, little back bend. Exhaling down, hinging at the hips, hands to the floor. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, jump or step back. If you jump, remember a little bend in your elbows as you land in plank. And down to chaturanga. I'm going to pulse here, little half push-ups without touching down to the floor. Excellent, keep breathing. And rolling your toes over. Inhale up to upward dog or cobra, whichever's more comfortable for you. Exhale, rolling over your toes, pressing back to downward dog. Sitting bones lifting up and back. Chest pressing towards your thighs. Little space around your ears. Looking forward now, jump or step. Remember, if you're stepping forward, make it a nice little float. And exhaling into forward bend. And inhaling all the way up. Then returning to prayer. And again, inhaling up, little back bend. Exhaling down, hands to the floor. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, jump or step back. Remember that bend in your elbows. Staying in plank here, holding here, and we're just going to be squeezing our abs, curling our tailbone towards our chest on our exhale. Exhale and curl, inhale and relax. Exhale and curl, inhale and relax. You feel this intensely in your abs. Lowering down through your vinyasa, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, and back to downward dog. From our downward dog now, we're going to do a few little downward dog push-ups. So maintaining your legs in position and just allowing your elbows out to the side as you bring the crown of your head down towards the floor without touching. Inhale down, exhale as you push up. Exhale and push up. Inhale down, exhale up. Excellent. Pressing back into your downward dog now. Reconnecting with your breathing. Then looking forward, bending your knees, jump or step between your hands. Exhaling into forward bend. Inhale, sweeping all the way up. Little back bend and returning to prayer. Inhaling up. And exhaling flat back all the way down. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, jumping back to plank, holding in plank. And do some leg sweeps, starting on your right leg, sweeping the knee from left to right across your chest and right to left. Lovely, keeping it going, left to right, right to left, without touching down, bringing it as close to your elbow as you possibly can and keeping it high as you possibly can. Swapping legs now, left leg sweeping from left to right and right to left. Bring it as far forward as you can as if you're trying to touch your elbow, and keeping breathing, keeping your hips nice and low. And exhaling down, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, tucking your toes under, downward dog. Lovely. Inhaling your right leg towards the sky now, lifting as high as you can, keeping a nice straight line from your hands all the way through to your feet. Breathing here. Keeping your body as level as possible. Looking forward, sweep your right leg all the way through and bring it between your hands. And inhale up into crescent. So your back knee stays off the floor. You can bring it down if you need to, if you're struggling with this one a little. Otherwise, we're up and we're pulsing. Gentle pulse down and almost straightening your right leg as you come up. Pulse down and up. Down and hold. Excellent. Both hands back to the floor now. Stepping back, pressing back to downward dog. Reconnect with your breathing and then inhale your left leg to the sky. Foot's active, legs strong, pressing firmly away from the mat with your hands. Looking forward, sweep your left leg all the way forward between your hands and taking crescent or bringing your knee down if this is a bit too tough on the legs. If you're in crescent, pulsing gently. Back knee comes down and then back up again. Down and up, down and up. It's a small movement but it's very intense on the legs. Keep going. It's brilliant, guys. Almost there. And one final one and hold. Hands come back to the floor. Stepping back and through your vinyasa. Chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, downward dog, and breathe. Head hangs loose. Make sure you've got space between your shoulders and your ears. Looking forward, jump or step between your hands. Exhale into forward bend. Inhale all the way up, little back bend. And returning to prayer. Inhale, and as you sweep your arms up, sit back into Uttanasana, as if you're sitting on an invisible chair behind you. Tailbone tucked under, chest lifted as you gaze through your hands. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor and forward bend. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, jump or step back all the way down to Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra and back to downward dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky and step through between your hands. Inhale up to low lunge, left knee to the floor. Pressing forward through your left hip. Breathing here. You can give yourself a little bit of a back bend. It's a nice stretch. Inhaling up, lift to crescent. Back knee stays bent. Arms are strong. And then bringing your arms to shoulder height to give you some balance. Lift your left leg off the floor and bring it forward so that the thigh is parallel to the ground. Press it behind you as you airplane your arms forward. Keeping it strong and active, stretching it out. Return to the high knee, reaching your hands to the sky. And then step back to crescent. Lowering your knee to low lunge, and returning your hands to the floor, stepping back, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Inhale your left leg to the ceiling, and step it through between your hands. Low lunge, reaching for the ceiling, pressing forward through your right hip, looking up to your hands. Lift to crescent, back knee stays bent. Choose a focal point in front of you. It'll help you keep your balance by keeping your eyes on it. And then bring your right leg forward and up as you bring your arms out to the side. Hinge at the hips, reach away through your arms or out to the side in airplane as you lift your right leg high behind you. Warrior 3 or a variation with airplane arms. And step back. Coming through crescent to low lunge. Hands to the floor. Step back, chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. Breathe here. Reconnect with your breath. Remember, you can always come down to extended child if you need to. Jump or step forward. Inhale up to Uttanasana, and then through with hands to prayer. Inhale, arms to the sky, Uttanasana, or chair pose. Don't worry if you have a bit of a wobble. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest and twist to your right hand side, hooking your left elbow over your right knee and using the strength of your arms to help intensify the twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the left, hooking your right elbow over your left knee, pushing firmly into your hands. Returning to the center and exhaling down to forward bend. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, jump or step, chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale and step through. Back knee comes down. Inhale to low lunge. Tuck your toes under. Up to crescent, keeping your hands in prayer in front of your chest. And opening to warrior 2. So I'm just going to swap sides so you can see me from the front here. Keeping a strong 90-degree angle in the front leg. The back edge of the back foot's firmly planted down. Arms are parallel to the ground and strong. Imagine squeezing the muscles onto the bone. And looking over the middle finger of your right hand. Inhale, up and over. Exalted warrior. Back hand slides down the back leg. Front arm lifts up and over. Return through warrior 2 to extended side angle. Front arm comes onto the front knee. New top arm lifts up and over. Keep that knee bent deeply. And returning to warrior 2. Making sure your knee's still over the middle toes. Cartwheel both hands down to the ground. Chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Inhaling your left foot for the ceiling. Step forward. Bring your back knee down and sweep your arms up into low lunge, pressing forward through your hip. Engage the muscles of your legs, lift up to crescent. Bring your hands to prayer and open to warrior 2. Back foot is flat on the floor and making sure the knee of your left leg is over the middle toes. Arms are parallel to the floor, muscles firming onto the bone. Inhale, exalted warrior, sweep your left arm up and over. Your right arm slides gently down the leg. Extended side angle. Right arm comes up and over as left arm reaches on the knee. And returning to warrior 2. Deepen the bend in your knee a little if you can. And then cartwheeling both hands down. Chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Reconnect with your breathing here, stretching out your legs. Looking forward, jump or float. Exhaling into forward bend, inhaling to Uttanasana, and up to prayer. Inhale, Uttanasana, sitting deeply down. Breathing here, tailbone tucked under, chest lifted. Hands to prayer, rotate to your right hand side, pressing your left elbow into your right knee. And then carefully step your left leg back, keeping the knee off the floor. It's a little challenging for your balance. If you need to make the movement a bit smaller, that's not a problem. If you can, open your arms, lifting your top arm towards the sky, bottom arm towards the floor, and really twist towards the sky. Returning your hands to prayer, step your left leg forward, and inhale back up to Uttanasana. Hands to prayer, rotate to the left, tucking your right elbow over your left knee. When your balance is okay, step back with your right leg, keeping the knee high and deepening that twist as you open your arms if that's available to you. Returning your hands to prayer, looking back to center, stepping back, and inhaling up to Uttanasana. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, scoop. Exhale, jump or step back. Chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. Lifting your sitting bones up and back, pressing your chest back towards your thighs, creating space around your ears. Breathing here. Releasing your right arm from the floor now. Bring it around to touch your left leg, running it as low as you can as you twist your body to look under your left armpit. Let your head hang free. Returning your hand to the mat. Release your left hand from the mat. Bring that across to your right leg. Letting it run down the outside of the leg to where it feels comfortable to you. Looking under the right armpit up to the sky. Releasing both hands back to the mat now. Bring both elbows down while maintaining your legs in downward dog. Press back up to your hands. Lower down to your elbows. Press up to your hands. Make sure your body's staying in line. The only thing that's moving is your arms. It's really challenging on the shoulders. Lovely. Pressing back up and easing back downwards and up and back down. This time staying down. Clasp your hands together in front of you. We're going to come into Dolphin. So lowering your hips as you push your body forward, pressing back to downward dog. Lower your hips and press forward, press back to downward dog. Make sure you're keeping all of your forearms on the floor for this. Your fingers should be pushing down as well. Projecting forward over the hands, pressing back to downward dog. Tummy muscles tight, stop your back from sagging. Shoulders working. Pressing forward over your arms, lifting back and up to downward dog. Pressing back up now, taking a full downward dog. And remember, you can come down to your extended child if you need to really give your arms a break here. Reconnect with your breathing. Looking forwards, step your feet to the outsides of your hands, coming into a low squat, prayer squat. Both feet are flat on the floor, elbows are inside your knees, hands coming together in prayer. And you can really use the strength of your arms to push your knees open a little, deepening the stretch into your hips. And then bringing both hands flat on the floor by your feet, hooking your knees on your elbows, and lifting gently up into crow. So take your time on this one. You can lift one foot then the other. You can keep both feet on the ground and just practice the shifting of your balance back and forth, bringing more and more weight onto your arms as you try it. We'll have a few goes at this. So coming back to your prayer squat. Breathing here, using the strength of your arms to keep your knees apart. And place your hands on the ground, keeping your legs in the same position, still pushing them apart with your arms. And gently try lifting one foot then the other as you bring your weight forwards. Be a bit careful with this one if you've got a hard floor. Coming back to prayer squat. Nice straight back, flat feet, pressing your knees apart. Placing both hands on the floor and tipping gently forward, keeping your body in the same position as it was in the squat. And then just lifting one foot then the other as you feel comfortable. There's plenty of time to practice this. Releasing your crow now and coming down to extended child. Sitting bones pressing back towards your heels, arms stretching strongly away as your forehead rests towards the floor. Allowing yourself to relax entirely. Tummy rising and falling against your thighs. Coming upright now, bringing your knees apart and turning your hands so that fingertips point towards you as you place them palm down between your knees. Look to the ceiling, Shavasana. Allow yourself a little back bend. Breathing deeply here. Releasing your Shavasana now and coming over to sit on the mat. Feet together and knees together. Hands on your knees and tip yourself gently back and coming into boat. So you can leave your feet on the floor to start with. Tummy muscles are engaged, back's nice and flat. Then when you're ready, tipping back a little further and lifting your feet off the floor. Don't worry about trying to get your legs fully extended unless you're super flexible. Just keep them bent, keep tummy muscles engaged, and concentrate on your back staying nice and straight. Breathing here. Lovely. Return your feet to the floor and rolling down onto the mat. Bring your heels towards your fingertips, close to your buttocks as you can, and then press your hips into the sky, coming into a nice bridge. You can clasp your hands underneath your back if you want, making sure your knees are staying in line with your ankles, and you're pushing firmly through your legs. Release your hands out to the side, roll your spine down, and come straight back up into boat. Remember, you can have your feet on the floor if you need to, if you're getting a bit fatigued. Otherwise, holding here. Nice flat back, tummy muscles tight and engaged. Release back down to the floor, feet by your buttocks, and this time lifting your right leg towards the ceiling. Clasping your hands under your back if that feels right for you, and pressing your hip bones high. Press firmly through your left leg so that your chest is pressed back towards your jaw. Release your hands, release back to the floor, and come back up into boat. Breathing deeply here. Tummy muscles stay engaged. Back stays flat. And release back onto the floor. Left leg towards the ceiling now, right foot towards your buttocks, hands clasped under your back if that works for you, and pushing your hips skywards. Press as high as you can and keep breathing. Excellent. Releasing your hands, releasing your legs, and coming to rest on your back on the floor. Give yourself a moment of recovery time. You can come up onto your toes if you want. This just helps release the lower back a bit more. And then gently pulling your knees in towards your chest and bringing your head up to meet them in a little squeeze. Give yourself a bit of a rock from side to side. Lovely. Relax back onto the floor. And then taking hold of your right big toe with your right hand, extending your left leg along the floor, and lifting the sole of your right foot towards the sky. Don't worry if your lead doesn't come straight. Just go to where feels right for you. Release that back towards the floor. Swap sides. Extending your left leg towards the sky. Excellent. Releasing back towards the mat. And then bring both knees up, arms out to the side, knees towards your chest, and roll your knees to the right as you look towards the left, releasing the tension from your spine and allowing yourself to relax fully. Returning to the center and rolling out to the opposite side. And returning back to the center, extending your legs along the mat, bringing your hands to lie palms upwards by your side, taking Shavasana, final relaxation pose. Draw your attention firstly to the outside world. Be aware of any noises, any distractions, and release them. Attach no importance to them. Draw yourself instead further inwards, becoming aware of your body, aware of the feel of the mat against your skin, of the warmth of the air, the coolness of the breeze, and then release these also. Become aware of your body itself, aware of its tension and tightness, and begin to allow yourself to relax. Allow your feet to roll gently outwards. Allow your calves to press back into the earth. Allow your thighs to roll gently to the side. And your sitting bones to press into the mat. Vertebrae by vertebrae, feel your spine release. Allow your fingers to uncurl, the tightness to leave your forearms. Allow your upper arms to roll outwards as the tension leaves your shoulders. Feel your shoulder blades press back into the mat. Feel the tension lift from your neck and the tightness from around your jaw. Allow the lines of stress to lift from your forehead until your body is completely at ease. And when your body is at rest, draw yourself further inwards. Draw yourself to a place of quiet, a place of calm. It can be somewhere real or somewhere imagined, but it is a place that's known only to you. It is a place where you are safe and secure and able to be completely at ease. And allow yourself to remain here. If any thoughts of the outside world threaten to intrude, if any distractions begin to make their presence felt, push them gently away and allow yourself this time of peace. From your place of peace, from your place of quiet, begin to bring your attention back to your body. Begin by wriggling your fingers, wriggling your toes, and taking a moment to appreciate your body for the amazing thing that it is. And in your own time, bringing your knees up to your chest and rolling onto your side in fetal position. Take a moment here, hugging that feeling of security, that feeling of peace, even closer to you. And then taking hold of one positive thought, one positive deed to take with you into the day ahead and the week to come. And in your own time, bringing your hands to the mat and rolling yourself through to seated. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.